The Battle of the Hurtgen Forest was the longest battle on German ground during World War II and the longest single battle ever fought by the US Army. It lasted from September 19, 1944 to mid-February 1945. The aim was to push around the city of Aachen and gain control of the Ruhr River, but the battle turned out to be a real meat grinder. The German army successfully defended their lines and repelled American attacks until the start of their own last-ditch offensive in the Ardennes, resulting in at least 33,000 casualties on US side.
So today we're going to take a look at some of the troops involved in this heavy battle. I have some incredible photographs of the US 4th Infantry Division, and with the research that we did over the last few months, we are able today to stand in the exact same locations as where the photographs were taken. So during the battle, the terrain was characterized by steep hills, dense forest, and a lot of mud. And if you have photographs with all those details, it is very hard, almost impossible, to match them with today's location. However, for today, we have a lot of photographs taken by the same photographer, Leo B. Moran, on the same date, November 18, 1944. And what is more incredible, we have footage from a combat cameraman, Richard M. Montgomery, who took footage at the same location. And with all of the information combined, we can actually find the locations of the photographs. So the very first then and now photograph that we can take actually is this photograph where we see troops of the Company I, 8th Infantry Regiment, 4th Infantry Division, walking up to the river, crossing the bridge. Now at that time, November 18, 1944, there were two bridges, but as you can see, the troops are moving up to the front line. On top of the hill, we have the 1st and 2nd battalions, the first 8 companies of the 8th Infantry Regiment that are dug in, and the 3rd battalion is in reserve and now is sending up 2 companies, and in this photograph we see Company I. They're ready to support the rest of the units on top of the hill to go to the offensive. We see a tank destroyer on the other side. Unfortunately today there's too much foliage, we cannot see over the river. The only thing that we can actually match with today is the rock formation here on the other side of the river, but we know that it was taken right here. Alright, so we just crossed the bridge and are now walking up to this house right here, and the reason for that is because we have a photograph of the guys from Company I that are moving up the hill, and they're just passing the house here on the left. They're, I believe, going through this front yard of the house, crossing the muddy road. They're just going up the hill right here. We can see the corner of the house. Oh, look at that. Even the fence in front of the window is still there. We actually have the negative of this photo, and you can even see the small window here on the next to the door, that is visible on the original negative of this photograph taken by Leo B. Moran. So right here we're at the back of the house, and I have this incredible photo of a soldier helping his buddy to climb up the hill here. I believe it is taken here. This we can never be sure about. But in the previous picture we saw the corner of the house and how the soldiers were walking up the little hill on the side of the house. And this, we are directly behind the house. And the soldier on the right was captioned as Benny Barron, and he's gonna play an interesting role in the other pictures later on. A very incredible photograph. Look at this grenade. The guy's ammunition box here on the floor. I believe it was taken right here as Benny Barron was helping his buddy to climb up this hill and then continue up the hill. So we have this amazing photograph, probably taken in this area, on this hillside. Guys from Company I. On the left we see Maurice Bernsen. He was taken off the line 3 days later after this photograph was taken on November 21st for combat exhaustion. In the middle we have Bernard Spur. He had trench foot on November 25th, taken off the line. And on the right, Harold Glessner, also for trench foot, taken off the line on November 26th. All of them were in the battles that took place after the photographs were taken. Then, Mike Ala, Sergeant Mike Ala. Another incredible photograph probably taken on this hillside. He was wounded in action on December 2nd, 1944. Look at his gun, the grease gun, M3 grease gun. Incredible photograph with his handy talkie. Just amazing to think that these guys were standing right here. We're now standing on their locations. And then the final one of David Scow. Lightly wounded in action on November 27 when a high explosive shell exploded near him and he got wounded in the back. Now he was treated but remained on duty and was not evacuated to a hospital. So he stayed with the Company I and continued to fight with them. Just an incredible shot. Again, to think that all of these guys were somewhere over here and now we're standing in their position. And then we can return to Benny Barron, the soldier that was helping his buddy to climb up the hill. Now, on November 18th, as Company I was moving in the area right here, 2 guys were wounded in action as shells exploded on the hillside. Just probably sporadic German artillery fire. And we can see that Benny Barron got hit in the leg. Now, these 2 medics, Charles Naughty and Thomas West, were treating him. They were all of the 3rd Battalion medics. We believe that is somewhere over here. And the reason for that is that in the footage shot by Richard M. Montgomery and the photographs by Leo B. Moran show that the wounded guy here is being evacuated right there. And we can see the corner of the house right there. And so, as we are standing here on the path, and in the corner, the path that I just walked up from, we can see the corner of the house right there, right here. And in the negative, you can see even a bigger part of the house. And we see the guys evacuating this man here along this path downhill. All right, so a very famous photograph is the one with 2 M10 tank destroyers that are moving up the road. And these photographs were also taken by Leo B. Moran. Plus, we have the footage of the tank destroyers moving up this corner right here, taken by Richard M. Montgomery. Now, why do we know it was here? Well, the footage with the tank destroyers, we can see the same road and river and hedgerow right here, and path filmed from the angle right here, just like the photograph. And then that exact same footage, you can see the M10 tank destroyers coming up the corner, boom, from different angles, just as in the photograph. And that is why we know that picture is taken right here. And many people, they think it's taken in the cultural area. That's not where it was taken, because Leo B. Moran never took a photograph over there. But he did take those photographs here on November 18, 1944. And this one specifically is angled right there, perhaps a little bit down here. So we can try and match this up to take a then and now photograph. We can see the M10 just coming around the corner right here in front of us. And the other one right here with the little embankment over here, that is exactly matching with today. We can see the edges going down, and then the path right there, boom.